How's everyone? So, I got stuff to put on the wounds on my tongue and lip, and it worked last night. Feels better. Didn't hurt as much. I just put some on. It's making me feel a little nauseated, and my tongue is numb. So it's going to be an interesting live stream as I talk with a numb tongue, and hi cat, and feeling nauseated at the same time. Remember, my father used to say, "Growing old is not for sissies." Not that this is age related. I actually don't have age related issues. I have I have issues. For those who know me, they're more than willing to point out my issues. Um, but my issues are I have a high mileage body, meaning I've done a lot physically. I put my body through the ringer. Um, and with all that considered, I feel remarkably well, happily so. But I got to be careful with a back that has suffered trauma in the past. I got to be careful with a shoulder that has suffered trauma. A little bit of arthritis in my left knee. But you pay the price for the things you do. We could call it karma if you want. There is a way of transcending karma, which we've talked about. Hey, Capango says good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, my friend. Hey, Daniel Brown. Hey, how are you today? Good New Zealand. Welcome to, yes, my good friend. Hey, welcome from, sorry, it's hard to talk. Welcome from New Zealand. New Zealand. All right. I'm going to pin something. I wrote about this morning. Me, myself, personally, I am on lesson 344. Almost done the workbook. Again, almost done the text as well. You know what I've never read? I have never read the original text. What they call the EU, or UR, something or another, which is the unedited, the original transcript that had like personal advice for both um, Bill Thetford and Helen. I thought about getting it sometime. I don't know if I need to read it. This version, the edited version, person I consider my core course teacher, Ken Wapnick, has everything I need. Anyway, lesson 344. Today I learned the law of love, that what I give my brother is a gift to me. That being the law of love, that's what we have to give away. Hi, Anna. And it says, good morning, Yogi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Anna. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm thinking Kat getting ready to go off to work. Kat is not getting ready to go off to work. Kat is getting ready for other stuff. Hopefully, it's just a day of Kat. You know what I mean? Just a day of Kat being Kat, relaxing, unconcerned about work, unconcerned about anything. Just being Kat. What an awesome, man. You guys know I have a difficult enough time speaking on a regular basis, and now with a numb tongue, it's not going to be any better. So keep this in mind. Today I learned the law of love, that what I give my brother is my gift to me. This is what I wrote this morning, inspired by that. It's a very short little reading. To give. It's considered a cosmic law, universal by its application. A Course in Miracles simply states it as, what I give my brother is my gift to me. This has now become my guidepost, an entire life's commitment, to continuously offer love for its own return, and then have even more to give away. Imagine that. I'm not there yet, but that's my life's commitment. to continuously cultivate a sense of love, to continuously give love away, and thus getting more in return. Love is expressed as everything. Love is expressed as everything that is, well, we know it. We know it when we experience it, that's for sure. Hey, Adam. Well, we didn't see anyone else come in. Adam, I'm looking forward to being able to chat with you. Anna says, how are you today, Yogi? I'm okay, Anna. You know, I mentioned, because I had the cut on my tongue, 2 places on my tongue, 1 place is on my lip, and I got some stuff that showed up last night. I did the same day delivery. Hey, Carl. And I used it before bed. I also use peroxide, and thanks for that suggestion from everyone who suggested it. I know several people did, and it did help. But I put it on this morning, and it numbs the tongue a bit. And as I mentioned, it also made me feel a little queasy. Carl says, good morning. Y'all, yesterday a half marathon report. I did it. Wow, hey, that's a good time. 3:17:49. I know I'm slow. That's not slow at all. But it was my first time. And you didn't go for, as you told me, you didn't go for speed. You went to challenge yourself. Capango. I think Kat just likes saying Capango, right? Who doesn't? It's a good name. Well done, Carl. Congratulations. Hey, Ricky. Ricky says, what's up, Eric? Not much. So what if that was our priority, guys? What was if our priority was to give away love, give away kindness? That's it. What if that was the entirety of your spiritual practice? Now, here's what I find. When I do breath work, when I meditate, I am more even keeled, meaning I'm more responsive, meaning that when I'm less likely to react, and I'm able to give that love away. I'm able to be more kind. When I give it away, I receive it back. When I receive it back, I have the perception of having even more to give away. In truth, love doesn't ebb and flow. Love is ever present, the ultimate sense of reality itself. So all that ever seems to ebb and flow is our awareness of love's presence, our attention to the details of love as it's offered. If we see past the detail, that's one of the whole points of Course in Miracles. Don't make it real. Don't make this world real. Don't make someone else's sickness, their illness, their unforgiveness, don't make it real. Doesn't mean that on this level of perception that we don't act upon it for our own safety, for their own safety, for the benefit of others, but ultimately we don't make it real. That's how we forgive. Seeing through their illusion as well as our own illusion, seeing that we can only offer our interpretation of any issue. And the interpretation is never the thing. Remember, the menu is not the meal, the map is not the territory. Hey, Skits, how are you? Ricky, how are you? Anna says, congratulations, Carl. So, Carl, what's next? What's next after a half marathon? Adam says, Anna, do you have a forage for your salad? You know what? I used to when I was a kid. We used to gather all kinds of stuff when we were kids. I don't even know if all of the stuff that we gathered, foraged, was even edible. Skid says, happy Tuesday to you all. Happy Tuesday to you. And does not forage for her own salad. Ricky's doing all right. Why did that just make me think of Selma? You guys know where I'm going with that. Ricky's doing all right. Lee says, love and kindness requires consistency. with no discrimination. Lee, that was beautiful. The only thing I would add, our awareness of love requires consistency. Love itself is ever present, and it's the ultimate sense of reality. It never comes, it never goes. Let me read something. Hey, Lee. Skid says, I'm okay. Thanks, Yogi. How are you, brother? I'm doing better this morning than I was yesterday. Adam says, Forage Street is off the charts with vitamins and minerals. No, I've read, I don't remember who I read it, that when you cultivate your own garden, that which we grow blossoms with the exact nutrients that we need for our benefit. What do you think of that, Adam? Lee says hi. I'm going to be curious what Lee thinks about that. You guys know Finehorn Garden? It's a rocky, is it off the coast of Scotland or Ireland? I don't remember. It's a very rocky. It has little soil to grow anything, and yet it produces some of the world's most beautiful gardens. And it's all based upon spiritual principles. I bet you Lee knows quite a bit about that. So it says, oh, I read that. I was going to read, you guys will know this, where it's coming from, for those who know. Of course, no description of love is ever accurate. How could it be? Of course, Miracle says, words are but symbols twice removed. The Tao Te Ching says, the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. All we can do is offer descriptions, versions, templates, but it's never the thing itself. What is the thing? The thing is the thing. There should be a dance for that. It should be a hit song. The thing is the thing. Should have been a novelty song in 1961. Brothers and sisters, strive eagerly for the greatest spiritual gifts, but I shall show you a still more excellent way. If I speak in human and angelic tongues, but do not have love, I am a resounding gong or a clashing cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have all faith so as to move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away everything I own and I hand my body over so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, it is not jealous, it is not pompous, it is not inflated, it is not rude. It does not seek its own interest, it is not quick-tempered, it does not brood over injury. It does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endure all things. Love never fails. I love reading that. I love every opportunity I get to read that. Again, it's just a description. He says, Eric, you can make it a song. Thank you, Lee. And it says, love is patient, love is kind, love never fails. So, man, what if our only mission, our only purpose here in life is the actuality, the expression, the experience of love? And with that, we give it away, and we give it away, and we give it away. And as we give it away, it returns to us 100-fold. And as it returns to us 100-fold, we have more to give away. Reciprocity is the word I'm looking for. It's the mispronounced word that I'm looking for. We live in a cooperative universe. Here's the thing, though. Are we cooperating? We ourselves. The ego never cooperates because the ego is always out for its own best interest. It will cooperate when it seems it's going to get something in return, and when it seems it's not going to get its interest paid back with profit, quickly loses interest and moves on to the next project. Ego loves projects. Doesn't want to be still. Cat. Lesson 182. Be still and return home. Paraphrased. Thank you for that, Kat. Ricky says, hey, Sandy and Dylan, how are you? I wish you were my mentor. I don't know if I would be the best mentor. However, Ricky, happy to be your friend, and I'm here live 3, sometimes 4 times a day. I'm here 3 times a day, every single freaking day, every day. Soon to be, if I can figure out the wires. You guys know how I feel about wires. They can go both ways. Hey, Ricky, I see you're a cinematographer, photographer, and editor. That's absolutely awesome. You gonna post anything on your page? Not that you have to, but I'd love to see some of your work. Anyway, I just subscribed in case you do. Plus, I just like making that connection, letting you know that I appreciate you being here. Sandy, what's new? So I've been for a while. I'm pregnant. I'm dealing with my 2-year-old twins. It's a full plate. I can understand. Hey, 3 Exotic. Guys, you remember to pray and give it all to God. Hey, that's uncommonly good sound advice. I would keep in mind how many wonderful ways there are to pray in the world. Sometimes I think the ultimate prayer, planting a flower, smiling at a flower. Kat talked about this morning, smiling at babies. Is there any greater prayer than that exchange of a smile with the innocence of a baby, seeing our own innocence reflected back to us in the eyes of the baby? And the baby must be thinking, good Lord, is that how I'm going to end up? I don't want to do it. I'm going back. He says, I've never really understood that phrase, people that give to receive. I wonder if we can, well, let's talk about it through the day, Lee, and maybe we can expound upon it. Just wanted to use the word expound. Hey, but Lee, I don't know if we ever get an intellectual understanding of it. How about between now and the next live stream, you give away kindness and you give away love, and you actually do. I see it. Every live stream that I see you in, and in every single one of my live streams, you give away love. Let me ask you a question. Since you've been showing up and doing what you do, have you felt more love in the live streams being returned to you? Lee says, Eric, I'm glad to hear you feeling better. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. Course in Miracles said that giving and receiving are the same thing. Yeah. As well as yoga. Kat, are you still here? Or go back to bed? What would Ramana Maharshi say about giving to others? Lee says, 10 thanks, 10 likes. Thank you all. Yeah, thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Lee says, Ricky, Yogi is here for you. Always will be a friend. Thank you, Lee. Adam says, Ricky, I wish you would edit my stop motion film, which I have edited. Hey, maybe you guys can connect with each other. Skit says, expound for the pound for the road, pound for the reload. I was so close to getting that right. Is there a song in that for you, Skits? Kat says, no, I'm cleaning. There are no others, is what Ramana Maharshi would say. If you need to hear from Ramana Maharshi, talk to Kat. Hey, Kat, I wonder if you could channel Ramana Maharshi for me. Lee says, Skits, I love that tune. Oh, is that already taken? Lee says 110, 110%. There is much love around. I see that, I feel it, and that's why I strive to keep giving. It's free. Absolutely. And Lee, you're doing a magnificent job. I feel it, and I see it, and I appreciate it. Man, I can't tell you how grateful I am to be a recipient of it. I can't even tell you how grateful I am that I pronounced recipient the first time so well. Kat says, just don't ask me to say his name. Of course you know. I'm going to ask you later today. Ricky says, well, I used to have a short film on there from high school, but I had took it down last year. I'm not sure what I will be posting soon. I'll have a business for photography, cinematography, for weddings. Awesome. Well, whenever you're ready, if you feel necessary. Not everyone needs to, you know. I don't ever want to put even subtle pressure on someone to produce something for YouTube. Some people just like being on YouTube, you know. You don't need to always, especially you, Ricky, because you're already creative. You're already pursuing your art in a different form. However, it is a great place to share. Speaking of YouTube, I love YouTube. Yeah, it's got ups and downs like any place does, but what a beautiful medium of being an exchange. I have found few places where I can give away love unconditionally as I have on YouTube. Because, you know, when social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever, we're largely using written words which can be misconstrued. Man, I'm throwing out all the fancy words today, and yet no one has been impressed. Mick says, have I met you in prison? Probably. That says, Jesus Christ, Eric, you are the Bay Harbor Butcher. Well, we all got nicknames, man. Lee says, I felt very grateful to have met everyone and to have made friends, and I feel fortunate and proud to have met everyone. It's a pretty awesome feeling, Lee. Carl said, I think I might have seen one of the members of the national sitting volleyball team. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Hey, Carl, what team are you on? Have you ever tried out for anything? Have you ever set your sights on being a professional or even amateur? Anna says, I am so grateful and thankful to be alive and to be here now. Me too, Anna, and I am grateful and thankful to have you here and alive with us. Fish, percolated fish, Adam says, cool, Ricky. It's on my channel. All hickory pickly. I have found it on a 1928 Keystone, 16 millimeter. Oh, I have a new phone. I might try to record a little clearer. Dinette says, what you were in prison for? I'm not at liberty to say. Hey, Coffee Cake, how are you? Coffee Cake Love and Beach. It's nice to see you. Lee says, hi to Coffee Cake. Anna says, thank you so much, Yogi. You're welcome, Anna. Are you a registered weapon? No, I didn't want to register. I'm unregistered. Anna says, hi, Coffee Cake. My weapon is my quick wits and nimble reflexes. Carl says, Alfred, I'm definitely not a professional, and I'm short for playing volleyball. I'm 183 centimeters tall. I don't know how tall that is. I'm going to say in inches, in feet, that's what, 7 foot 6 inches? And you have to be at least 2 meters for volleyball. Is you yoga? I is yoga. I is absolutely yoga. Percolated Fish says, Yogi is a mean weapon of love. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Adam. Why am I number one? Why wouldn't you be number one? Because you're, I don't know. I don't know. I can't always come up with something. I'm pretty good at coming up with something. Anna says, hi to Nuts. Skid says, Yogi went for jail for peas. For resisting the big pea industry. Dee says, Anna, hi. Adam says, hello to Coffee Cake. Coffee Cake. I love when Coffee Cake visits us, guys. Dee says, do you meditate? I do. Not only do I meditate, I teach meditation. Nominally, I'm supposed to be doing it for, I'm going to use the expression living. But I always like to make the point, no one does anything for a living. We are graced with a living. You don't need to do anything to earn a living. It was already given to you. Now, you might need to earn an income. But even that, I think, can be given to you. What if we did consider the lilies of the field? He says, I agree, Yogi, but it can also open your eyes into the pain and suffering and struggles that people experience daily. But hey, Lee, isn't that a good thing? Because we often go through life with blinders on. And we think that our own sorrow, our own story, our own brokenness is the entirety of the picture. And we're never given the consideration. Someone else is experiencing the same things we are. So when we're given that gift of empathy, and we see, man, that was the gift of Buddha. We're given that gift of seeing through the eyes of others, the appearance of others. I don't want Kat to get upset with me for misquoting Ramana Maharshi. 6 feet, perfectly, on the average. So how tall are you? There have been short people in the NBA. He says, just by being observant and getting to know patterns and behaviors from our friends. Nicely. He says, Coffee Cake sounds nice. Gets likes coffee too. Where is Coffee Cake? We got some love from Coffee Cake. Thank you, Coffee Cake. Adam says, Coffee Cake is one of my favorite. I like Coffee Cake too. But I like it with milk. Where did I learn meditation from? I learned it from several different sources, several different people. And then I learned it from a certified primordial sound meditation teacher. And then went on to, thank you, Coffee Cake. We got some jewels from Coffee Cake. A floating heart. And then we got, I learned how to teach primordial sound meditation from the Chopra Foundation. I learned passage meditation from Egnath Eswaran. I learned Buddhist practice meditations from Tara Brach, as well as Jack Cornfield and, I can't remember his partner's name. Carl says, take care and have a good walk. Yep, it's just about that time. Hey, Deez, I appreciate you coming in and asking questions. Ricky says, what time is it for Yogi? 5:31. Just about time for me to get out and walk. I hope every morning, it hasn't happened yet, to have that trifecta of perfection. Beaver, caught on film, beaver, owl, and fox. Last week I got, what did I get? I got beaver and owl, didn't see a fox. Comment best to these. Dee says, that's all about the French I know. It's more than I know. It's 12:30 or 2:31 for me. 2:31 a.m. So you are west of me. You're way west of me. Are you in the U.S.? Dee says, have a great day, Eric and chat. Not seen a fox in a long time. I hope you receive the gift of a fox soon, Lee. We all deserve a fox appearance from time to time in our life. Ricky says, I'm in California. So are you up early or haven't gone to bed yet? Lee, thanks for hanging out. It's much appreciated. Ricky D's, guys, thanks for coming in. Adam says, I don't know if I love these nuts, but I'm a huge fan of pistachios. I like pistachios too. They almost feel like a cheap nut. They almost feel like too good to be a nut. Stay hard. That's the plan, my friend. I have almonds every day. I have one Brazil nut every day. Some people find that odd, only having one Brazil nut. Why do you count one nut? It just sounded so off, didn't it? Um, that's all you need is one Brazil nut a day. Any more would be superfluous. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm throwing out the big words. Sometimes I hit them. Sometimes I land them. Sometimes I don't. Say hello to Venus for me, Yogi. I will. Hey, do you remember the Paul McCartney album, Venus and Mars? Paul McCartney and Wings. He says, thanks, yes. Long time, I like being here. Ricky hasn't gone to bed yet. I hope you get some sleep. Coffee Cake's laughing with us. Thanks, Coffee Cake. And it says, yes, every day and more each day, D's. 100%. Roxy says, any thoughts on Crimson? You know what? I appreciate what they've done, what they do. But it's not my style of music. I'm very, very, very selective in the prog rock that I listen to. Here's what I feel guilty about. Why it took me so long to fully appreciate Steely Dan. Two things. I won't say the first one. Two things really got me deep in my appreciation. It wasn't that I disliked them. I just never gave them the attention that they really deserved. I know I should be talking about King Crimson and not Steely Dan. However, my appreciation for jazz through the years has grown and grown and grown into a deep, deep love. My preferred listening right now, classical music, jazz, and older country. I still like the classic rock that I grew up on, but I listen to it so much that, I'm sort of listening to stuff that sounds fresh. Classical music really is the music of the cosmos, the spheres. We receive it. And you can see the difference. I figured, Adam, you mentioned King Crimson before. King Crimson is freaking awesome. I'll tell you what I will do, because I respect Adam so much, and I appreciate you being here, Boxy. Today, I'm even going to write it down. Today I'm going to experience King Crimson as if the first time, and I'll report back. Adam, if you get a chance, remind me. What I don't care about, a lot of progressive prog rock, it seems crowded. Reminds me of Phil Spector's Wall of Sound, which he put on the Let It Be album. That instead of allowing silence between places, it's filled with more and more and more. And I like silence between spaces. And then they say it's the silence between notes that makes the song. Most unusual guitar since Django Reinhardt. All right, I got a mission today. I'm going to do that, Adam. I'm going to do that, Voxy. Hey, Voxy, come on back, and I'll let you know. I'm going to do my best to do that today. To listen as if for a very first time. You can do that with anything at all. If you go outside for the dawn chorus this morning, that first note of a bird's song, you can hear it as if you've never heard it before. Because guess what? You have not heard it before. Every memory of every bird song is just that, a memory. It's a thought. It's not the actuality. You can go outside today and hear the very first note of the very first bird that you've ever heard before, right now, this very moment. And I hope you do so, because I'm going to. And I'm going to right now. Adam says, try Court of Crimson King. Hey, can you send me that, Adam? You don't have to send me a link to it. Just send me that what you want me to try. Hey, Adam, since I'm going to be experiencing King Crimson for the first time, as if for the first time, send me a list of what I should listen to. Roxy says, Epitaph is an amazing song. All right, guys, I'm on it. That I'm writing down. Namaskar, Maharashtrian food. Thank you for being here. All right, guys, I love you. I am out the door. I'll see you at 1.